You're watching me, best YouTube channel in the land, Chillmonger. I do videos, I cover Agatha, I cover things like in Marvel. If I like it, I'll talk about it. When I stop liking it, I stop talking about it. I was left an ignorant comment from somebody stupid who may not even be a real account. In this vid, which was 3 days ago, you see me chit chatting, hey, welcoming everybody. Hey, it's Chillmonger. I'm through with the political agenda, SJW. I hate the conversations we're having. You hear what I have to say about the climate right now, that's the way that we focus on things. Somewhere towards the ending, I said, Marvel's coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine, which was a nice high, a compliment to Marvel's stuff. And then I said something later about Sam now because he's calling himself what the white man called himself. And that's my problem with Sam Wilson calling himself Captain America instead of increasing popularity of the brand Falcon. Representation. Take your Wonder Man race off. Like, oh my God. They do so much bad. They do good. There's nice things to talk about, and I'll give them their points for that. Let me say something nice about Marvel. And then towards the ending, I made sure to give a compliment to Chukwudi Iwoju with this actor and what he played the most what he was able to do with this character and the exceptional casting and the great role that my man gave to the High Evolutionary and Guardians. Why did I get this comment here from a guy named The Hacker? Loki was the better received Marvel shows. He said this an hour ago. Then he said, please, let me touch on this actually. Loki was a show that came out. I give my criticism of it. My problem with Loki is my problem with every time this happens. Time travel is an excuse for things to happen and then be undone. For the weight of the events to happen, all for like everyone to forget, or we don't have to stick in the same period where all of these events happened, and so there's no consequence to the actions that took place because we just time traveled through it. Sometimes you reverse time travel, sometimes you go forward in time travel, but it's all so that more major things can happen. Loki was a show around time travel. There were loops of time. It took place outside of time in the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. That meant nothing to me. It didn't affect anything anywhere. It was useless to me. I hated that show. That's my personal experience. Some people like that stuff. Some people were there for the good performances from Jonathan Majors and Tom Hiddleston. And I wasn't. So I have my preferences. I'm allowed to voice them. I say that when it happens in comic books. I don't like alternate dimensions. Anything that's alternate, I always will complain about. The first episode of Agatha, which I hadn't done yet because I hadn't made that video yet. This video that we all just looked at right here preceded the Agatha watching that I had. So the person wrote, let me make it a little larger. You see that? Loki was the better received Marvel show. Please do not become one of those anti-Marvel, anti-Disney channels. Remember how I just began this? Didn't I stop to show you the nice things that Marvel was doing too? It's not all hate, gloom, and doom. But at the same time, this is the company that killed T'Challa. That is worthy of a daily video. That the most anti-stereotype role model was removed from cinema. Cinema being this worldwide phenomenon that reaches everybody and can influence their perception on the thing inside of skin called melanin. That was taken away by Marvel, by Disney. That is always worth criticism. I will never be okay with that. I will never look at the Batman Day celebrations like James Gunn put out. And where are we at? Twitter. James Gunn. I'll never look at some James Gunn celebration like this one. That could be like not stock music. And it's going through the years. We're looking at how cool Batman was and is and what he's able to be to accomplish. Let me get my face right. But look how nice this is. And then we will not recast the character. Batman Day. Hold on, what happened to Tia and Tamara? It's trending on the side. They're not close anymore? Oh, maybe they need a family reunion. maybe there's a reason why they're not so sister anymore. Anyways, meanwhile at Marvel.
Panther is iconic and transcends. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character. His
portrayal was iconic, and for that reason, we will not recast the character. How do we pretend like that's not the same company? I'm getting told, don't become one of those anti-Disney. I'm not anti-Disney. I'm anti the decision to kill that character. I saw the way Jonathan Majors was treated in that courtroom, in the media, in the immediate aftermath of his fire, of his, well, he got 2 not guilty verdicts and then 1 guilty verdict. Where's it? I saw that the blood on, he took a photo of his bed. He took a photo of the ripped thing. And she was like, I don't recognize that coat. It's the one you were wearing in the video. He took a photo of his face, which was scratched. And we can see that his hands was scratched. Took a picture of himself. And the jury wasn't allowed to see that. The jury wasn't seeing that stuff. We all get to see it. We see that he gets a guilty for being not intentional assault, because he got not guilty for that. Reckless assault. And the way that the studio just dropped him, just like that, as if it was his fault, as if he did something wrong, separated himself, ran away, dialed 911 when he saw her lifeless, even though she was texting, and the texts prove that she wasn't actually lifeless. Oh, we saw her uninjured for hours, so he didn't put those injuries on her. We saw the police officers going, "No, did he choke you? Did he choke you?" Pantomiming of like. There's so much evidence out there. We mean don't be one of those anti-Disney channels. The decisions that Disney's made are they're understandably anti. Zang Beidou, yes, they're understandable. Nerdy Brew, yes, the performances for Loki got me, but yes, people like to pick and choose what they want to hear, not listening to understand. Understood, chill. It affected the characters, which matters more than the plot. It affected the characters, which matters more than the plot. What's going on? You can like Loki for whatever reasons you like. I care more about like everything else. Like the variant Loki was cool. He felt like real Loki. He felt like real Loki enough. They did a good job in season 1 of making us see him, watch his life play out, because he got picked. He got plucked out of the 2012 Avengers movie. But the TVA showed him this is how you live and this is how you die. So the next, 5 years later, he got to experience from then all the way to Ragnarok to the beginning of Infinity War. What's going on, Mani G? What's going on? When I see a stupid ass comment like this, where they try to tell me I'm being some sort of negative Nancy, they just want to, please do not become one of those anti-Marvel, anti-Disney channels that just want to negative about Marvel just to be negative. Do I want to be negative about Marvel? Have I ever given up that feeling that I was anti-Marvel and angry at them because I just want to be like a guy who makes money off of it? Isn't there times where I like don't participate in the anti-Disney stuff? Do you guys know me? Like, you should know. You don't know me because there's a lot of things I don't tell you, but you know me enough from my content to know that's not my character, to know how rare it is for me to do the upset videos. And then even within the upset videos, there's perfect examples of cheerfulness and optimism. There's happy times. There's things worth complimenting also. Don't become one of those anti-Marvel, anti-Disney channels. But when I'm anti-Marvel, I stop. I used to love reading all of their comic books. And then it wasn't so much all of their comic books. And then I stopped reviewing so many of those comic books. And then I said, I'll wait for the X-Men reboot of the comic books. And the X-Men reboot happened, and now I'm like, I'll stick for Storm. I'll be there for Storm when that Storm comic releases in October. When my anti is a shortage of production, like less videos. When you see less of those coming and get less of notifications, oh, Chillmonger's doing that, Chillmonger's doing that, you'll notice, oh, he's kind of anti, or he's lesser of a fan. He's not doing so many of those burning question streams that he used to do. It must have got not fun to talk about Marvel and talk about Disney Channel, Star Wars. What else does Disney do? Um, what does Disney own? They own a lot of things. But you notice that I've stopped talking about it so much and I stopped doing so many videos, and I'll just talk about something else that I do like. I did an Avatar, the Airbender on Netflix. I did a video on them, on that little series that happened because I liked it. Don't say, Chillmonger, you're being anti. That's you're gonna be just like those guys. You don't want Star Wars Explained to make a video on you, eh? Hey, Marvel had earned what they are getting. No one is above approach. When they need a reality check, we should be honest. That's how feedback works. And then maybe they listen and they go, maybe we fucking shouldn't kill the greatest role model in the history of film. Maybe T'Challa should be back. Maybe the most impactful representation that's ever blessed screens is important. And possibly the actor wouldn't have been so selfish to say, take the character off the screen. Let's recast. Maybe they'll watch videos like this and shorts like this. Or they won't, but the feedback is there. They need the reality check. Here I am. It feels like no one was there giving the reality check in the studio. Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler weren't convincing Feige. A good fan is able to critique a brand they support. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that comment about a good fan. The good things Marvel does don't need attention like the bad things. The good things. Please explain on this, Scuff Andy. I want to hear more of what you got to say. This dude says, Assalamu alaikum. You're being anti? Insert object here. It's such an empty complaint. Don't be one of those anti channels, huh? You just want to be negative, don't you? I didn't even watch the show yet. This video was released 2 days ago on the 18th, right before the show came out. And what did I feel about the show? I can talk about it now. I'm thumbs down on it. The first episode was just lackluster. It was just waiting for things to pick up. They treat it like it's a sequel to WandaVision, except Multiverse of Madness happened. That was the sequel of WandaVision. There was no plans for this. I love that mockery voice. The mockery voice. Guys, we have to watch the show because if we don't, then that means that the other YouTubers, the bad ones, are going to be the ones who are going to be covering the show. Then they're going to make everyone think that it's bad. We're supposed to make things that look like it's a good YouTube. Do you know the bad, quote unquote, bad YouTubers are right? You know the MCU YouTubers were proven correct? That there is actual that mentality? Do I have to take you to what Bo DeMeo said about how he was being told? Bo DeMeo was the writer for X-Men 97 animated. Someone told him, you're on the wrong team. You're on the wrong side. You're making Cyclops the leader. You're focusing on him. Like, bro, this is not X-Men 97. Like, isn't this supposed to be after those 5 seasons from X-Men that we all saw? A continuation? Why wouldn't Cyclops be featured that way? It is not anti-women to be using Cyclops like that. Now, if you were making Rogue, if you were fridging the character, shout out to Kyle Rayner, who I can't tell the difference between him and Hal Jordan based on the art. That was a comment I appreciated. Someone said, your thumbnail has Kyle Rayner, not Hal Jordan, and somebody corrected me. But unless you're fridging the character, unless you're making the women just an obstacle and not important, which he definitely didn't do. If we just use Rogue, for example, Rogue was a great example of a woman character who held it down. It was great. It was good performance. He was not trying to do no anti-women stuff just because Cyclops was the leader. But you're enforcing it, Bo. How could you? You're supposed to be the change in the world. Do you like that voice? I don't like that voice. But that woman said that to him. It's a real thing. It's a real thing that's happening. The MCU, if you look at Thor Love and Thunder, when Jane Foster just, hey, here I am. I'm a superhero too. I'm going to take some lines at the end of the movie, take some screen time away from what could have gone to Gore the God Butcher. The MCU, like Ant-Man, and the Wasp, Quantumania featuring his daughter, and we're getting all these female inclusion in male franchises. Sometimes there's just women franchises. And even that was interfered with women's inclusion because Captain Marvel 1 deserved a Captain Marvel 2, and instead she had two others rob that title from her. It didn't elevate Kamala or it didn't elevate Monica. It just made Captain Marvel a superhero who didn't deserve to have a sequel because it wasn't called Captain Marvel 2. The enemy of representation is quantity. Their MCU thing is truly happening. Every show feels like, oh, wait a minute, we got to have this woman do a little something, something here. The way that Secret Invasion treated Nick Fury, and I don't remember her name, but there was a woman in that, there was a one who can handle things, who, that's what Nick Fury is. Agent Nick Fury is the head, he is the spy. And there was somebody else on that show performing in the way I'd much rather have seen Nick Fury doing, and Nick Fury having the answers to. And we saw what's her name, who turned to Super Skrull, who definitely their females MCU-ness. They needed Emilia Clarke's character so badly to be this super boss with all everyone's powers. We have to ask ourselves, where is that superhero now? When this next movie happens, when that next movie happens, where is Gaia? It's her name. Where the hell is she? She can do all these things, and is she just off chilling on a beach? Does she have no responsibilities? Does no one know what it's illogical because Captain Marvel 2 happened, the Marvels happened, and Nick Fury didn't reach out to his Skrull friend. MCU is a thing, and it's impacting plot. You loved Agatha's character in WandaVision, but I'm very hesitant to watch her show. Watch it, you'll see a naked butt. There's a space for legit criticism of their weaknesses, but it doesn't need the hate, ugly hate. When Marvel gets something right, it's going to get all the. Oh, this is your expansion on this comment about the good things Marvel does don't need attention like the bad things. When Marvel gets something right, it's going to get all the coverage. But when they fail, most media shuts up and closes their eyes. The fails need to be called out. So we mean like the news channels. The number one movie at this weekend, and they're right outside the theaters, is Marvel's new Deadpool and Wolverine. It's projected to rake in. So they'll cover it when it's happy and like that. But when it's a $200 million grossing overall, like Captain Marvel 2 was, they don't. Yeah. They might say it was the number one movie of the week. They might say that because you can always say that. But without the numbers, that means nothing. It might be the minority, but the Marvels movie was pretty good. I liked it too. It was I see the problems, but I enjoyed watching it. And I only seen it once, but I was like, oh, look, all the visuals look good. Which, when someone says the visuals look good, usually that means that the movie sucked and the plot was nowhere. But everything looked good. I want a superhero fight. I wanted super, and I got super. I thought Secret Wars would be Secret Agent Nick Fury. He really didn't do anything, and it was a huge letdown. Yeah, the MCU really bums me out. Anyone disagreeing with that? Like the MCU, first time I heard it, oh, here's some anti-women people trying to coin it and try. No, you proved them correct. You do care so much about this MCU-ness, about male franchises getting these women, including women. That's how you've shown me throughout these movies. And you killed T'Challa. With which cheeks? Mr. Jackson was collecting a check, has been for years, and had nothing to do with women. Oh, Sam. He was a low energy even in Ms. Marvel. Yes, I disagree. It's an excuse. Ha ha ha. I like the Marvels as well. I thought it was far better than Captain Marvel. Hey, the bottom line is don't leave me stupid comments and I won't go live like this on you. It was a Saturday, so I knew I was going to go live, but I didn't know what to talk about really. But hey, I covered a couple things. It's Batman Day. We should always recast T'Challa. Jonathan Majors is an innocent man. And comment section, step it up. I'm passionate. You know what I'm really passionate about right now? The Star Wars theory, Star Wars explained, Forbes, that stuff. I might have to cover that one because there was some updates. And Diddy, I'm gonna cover Diddy. Members only. I'm gonna cover Diddy for the members. So be, look out for that. I might shoot that right now. I'm good. I've been here for 20 minutes. Appreciate that you guys watched me. There's no burning questions today, but there should be. I plan to do one on Monday or on Tuesday. I want to make Monday or Tuesday my regular nightly stream, so look out for that. If you don't turn notifications on and you just want to go off of habit, I'll be streaming on evenings. Mondays and Tuesdays are probably one of them will be my regulars. With that, no one subscribed to the Dre Max Show, worst channel on YouTube. He is a hater, a professional hater, and he's got no friends except for Mika and Blue, but they don't count. Don't forget to hit. Oh, thank you for that reminder, Vagran. Thank you. Team Theory. I'm very Team Theory. This man sat on receipts that he had for years and wasn't even going to use them until they all start coming after him. Yeah, it's Team Theory. Later.